My name is Othello Bonacci, and I'm a director, DP, and photographer based in the DMV. And today I will be taking you all on a behind-the-scenes look at some website assets we created for musical artist Alfred Lee. We'll talk idea, we'll talk setup, we'll talk execution. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the idea behind this was very simple. Website, cover page, loop. Straightforward. The plan was to have him stare at the camera and just blink. Sort of Alfred Lee's uniform / costume / appearance is this almost like scarecrow-like figure with a hat and a mask. So we just wanted to have a close-up on that mask, and then he would just stare down the lens and blink. A few days before the shoot, I got a call from Alfred, and he was like, hey, look, I kind of want to recreate this picture, this cover we had with me, my wife, and my kids. I think it'll be really dope. So we decided to, mainly focus on that. But as you will see, we kind of switched it up a little bit and introduced that initial concept. So for the setup, we did something unique. I know a lot of people use painted backdrops, but we use ours backwards. And if you see from the reference, the clouds from the painting or the art reflect the patterns from the other side of the backdrop, which I really liked. So I ended up using the back of it. Camera-wise, we use the Arri Alexa Mini LF with the Zeiss Oprime primes, which are rehoused Zeiss Otis lenses by GL Optic. Shout out to GL Optic. They got my rehousing done super fast. I feel like I spent 3 months waiting on my rehouse, which is freaking amazing. Lighting wise, we use the 1200D with the Godox reflectors. I wish I had the budget for the light bridges, but it was a Cine kit list sale, so I just had to, had to jump on it. We also use the 600C with a glow softbox and a nanlite tube, which in my opinion ended up being the hero. It actually gave the light quality that I wanted in most of the scenes, and you'll kind of see it as we are, going through a lot of the BTS. But in terms of execution, we had 3 main setups. We had the main setup, which was the inspo for the cover. We had sort of a pivot, and then we had the warm-up. So we'll start with the warm-up, and I think for this was that tight one-to-one portrait of him just staring in the camera. And this sort of happened because while we were setting up, I saw this light coming from the makeup table, and I was like, yo, this is kind of right. So I just picked up the camera, went over to the side, shot him at the makeup table, got that close up, and then we sort of pivoted over to the main location, which was, the main area in the studio, which was the backdrop. And while his kids were sort of setting up, we, essentially did a dolly shot. So we have, we're starting out with this sort of image here, this video here of him just staring in the camera, right? Just to kill some time. And then we pivoted over to this sort of dolly situation. So now we have the Dana dolly, we have the Alexa Mini, we have the Nan light, because for some reason it just started to light everything oh so pretty. So we had the Nan light, and then as we were sort of getting that and playing with that, the kids got ready. So then we set up for that main shot, which was based off the cover. We shot that, and then we did a few variations, and then we ended up with like one of them that we actually loved. I think when actually it was more than one, but when you're working with kids, like you just kind of have to shoot really quickly so that they don't, they don't get tired, they don't get irritated, they just kind of keep going. So in the end, we were able to get some really cool pieces of art that they can use for the website, him and his team. But I think a big part of everything I do, but just like creating in general, is creating, right? Big or small, long or short, big budget, no budget. The important part is just to make sure you put your all into it. And I feel like you'll come out with some heat or you'll come out with some sort of lesson. And I've had my fair share of lessons, but either way, it's a win, right? You're either gonna make something dope or you're gonna figure out the shortcomings for your abilities to make something dope. So the big idea here is plan, pivot, produce. You wanna make sure that you execute your plan, you pivot in case anything happens, because on set, things often go awry. And then you produce your content. You actually get something done. So hope you all found value here. Stay safe, like, share, subscribe, all those things, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.